Economic uncertainty. Is there going to be an economic downturn or an economic crash? Hello, y'all. I'm Diana Brienne. Well, I don't predict the future, okay? So I can't tell you for certain that there's going to be an economic downturn or an economic crash. But I do remember Grandma saying, prepare for the worst and hope for the best. And I've pretty much adapted that philosophy in my life into pretty much every area. Whenever we're dealing with uncertainty, sometimes it feels like we're frozen in place. We don't know what to do. We don't know what direction to take. We don't know what decisions that we should make. And yet, I believe that we always have to have a plan in place that is subject to change, that is subject to flexibility. You know, the Great Depression of 1929 devastated a lot of people. A lot of people lost their homes, they lost their jobs, they lost their income. They couldn't even provide for their family. And yet there were people that prospered during the economic downturn, thriving through adversity, as I put it. I think the key to it is you've got to know which direction things are going in, and often that's nearly impossible to tell. I guess some top economists could predict to a degree, economic certainty, and yet I don't think anybody can 100% predict it. And so I believe in good times. That's when you save. You save your money and be frugal. Get what you need, get what's truly important in your life, and don't sacrifice on the things that matter. And yet, I believe it's a time to save, the time to be frugal. Instead of getting that $5 cup of latte every day, go buy a latte machine and make it yourself, and it'll probably pay for it in 4 or 5 times. Instead of going out and buying lunch every day through the drive-thru, consider making your lunches and taking them into work. You could even maybe make a batch of spaghetti or something on the weekend and put it in containers and take it throughout the week. It's amazing when you begin to get frugal, the amount of money that you can save. Little ways add up. And so what about the stock market? Is it going to crash? Well, I can't say whether it is or whether it isn't. We had the roaring 20s when the stock market was going up, 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 up. And people never thought it could do anything but go up. And then they found out differently. They found out that it could go pretty much all the way down and crash. So, there's nothing that is absolutely certain. And I believe that, whatever investments a person makes needs to be done wisely, cautiously. And I believe that, diversifying can often be the best way in the bigger picture. When we are diversified in different things, not just stocks, but in different things, often that can be the best way to go. Because if we're not diversified and we put all of our eggs in one basket and that basket falls apart, we're left with nothing. Some people think that their job is going to last forever until they hear the word downsizing. And then, they haven't saved any money and they've got a car payment, a house payment, and, one child off in college that they have to pay for, and they have saved no money. The time to save money is when you can, not when you have to. Because when you have to, you usually need the money. Maybe you're out of a job. So how are you going to save money at that point? So do I believe that there's an economic downturn? I believe it's possible. I truly do believe it's possible. I don't believe the stock market goes directly up, nor do I believe it goes directly down. And that's often where people are fooled. And so what do I think? Well, I don't give financial advice. So, my thoughts are my thoughts, and they're kind of how I apply them to my life, not to other people's lives. But be money smart. Don't think that anything is always going to go up, 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 or down, down, down. Because usually it doesn't go that way, either way. And so just be money smart. Save your money. Buy what you need and what's important to you. And yet save your money so that you'll have a rainy day fund if you ever need it. Okay? From my house to yours, may God bless you. I hope you like, share, subscribe, and I hope to talk to you soon again. Bye-bye.